Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. This currently is the 10K special. We're 23 subscribers from 10K. And Jeff Mead just reminded me that I should probably go live for this. And if it wasn't without my friends, I would have absolutely no idea what I'm doing because half of them give me ideas for this. And with that, I'm going to introduce my first guest, Kevin Zuba, who's currently working on a wheel. You were here in the early days, live streaming. How's it
Glad
going?
that you've gotten bigger. You haven't forgotten everybody.
No, dude, not forgetting anyone.
No, it's always a good time with you, man.
Yeah, I just thought it would be cool to get like all the people together and try and get as many of the people as possible who I've had in live streams throughout whenever to get on here. The whole idea here, guys, is that we get to 10K tonight as fast as possible. There's 23 people left. If everyone shares it, it can happen. And Kevin can give a shout out. What?
You can make this happen by the time I'm done with this wheel.
Bro, for real. You're using a Park Tool stand, and two, you're using truing an alienation rim with a Park Tool spoke wrench. What's up, Evan, Jason, Miles, 20 grip? Everybody, share the stream out. Make 23 YouTube accounts right now, and we'll be done with this. And we can just have a casual chat.
I'm trying to stay on brand for you, Brent, so trying to stay on brand.
That's okay. You're doing good. How's it going? Everything good?
Good, yeah. Busy as always. It's basically just how it is. Nothing ever stops. So
right.
As much as we're not seeing people, things are still staying hopping. People still want to ride their bikes.
That's what I've heard. Brimstone is completely like booked crazy with repairs. They can't get any BMX parts really because everything's sold out.
It's a good problem to have, man. It's like I just had a huge order with Blackout last week, and at this rate, I need to order some more stuff because people are like, "Hey, can I get this? Can I get that?" So
that's awesome. What's up, Kevin Jackson? Dude, that's sick though. You're building a wheel right now for someone.
Yeah, he did an alienation rear and a front, so
that's sick.
Cool. I even used the proper size spokes, Brant.
Hey, I use kind of the right size spokes most of the time. I used the number between the minimum and maximum, which is okay. What's up,
You used
Buzz?
36 too. Great.
What?
You used all 36 of them too, so.
What does that mean?
There's 36 holes, so.
Yeah.
You didn't skip any? You didn't like
No, we didn't skip any. I forgot to mention I got this neat little subscriber counter up here that's updating live. Did I say what's up, Buzz? What's up, Buzz? But yeah, it's sick that everybody's buying stuff and you're building wheels and getting people parts and all that good stuff.
I'm glad you're keeping people motivated with your like driveway sessions. It seems like everybody's building ramps because a lot of people can't go places, so they're just like making crazy setups in their houses or their garages and whatnot. So
well, they didn't need me for that, but it's sweet. You already had a garage or driveway set up too. It's awesome. What's up, Jeff Mead? Jeff, you're next. Wait, no, I got to get Stoney next. OFG BMX is next. He's ready to go.
Is he ready to rock? Do we tag off?
I don't know. Whenever you feel like getting back to your wheel. I just felt like chatting for a few minutes and talking to everybody.
Yeah, I get to build a wheel, then we get to finish up some actual work-related stuff, which is fun. So nothing like wait until almost 11 o'clock at night to do that. So.
Jeez, well, I can let you get to that then.
Cool, man. Well, we do the hand thing, right? And then it's like
high fives. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of things. What?
All right. Peace, brother.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's see if we can get Stoney in here. I hate working on my bike. Let me message him real quick. Let's see. I hate working on my bike. About out. Shout out to all the homies who like working on bikes. You saved the day. Dude, I love working on my friends' bikes. I love fixing their bikes and all that good stuff. Let's just try calling Stoney and see what happens here. Oh, that's me. Oh, he answered quick. I'm on here twice. This is Inception, dude.
Hold on, I have to turn the volume down on my computer because I was watching along.
And turn your camera on so we can stop having Brantception here.
Wait, hang on 1 second. Okay, I think we're good now. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. I heard you the whole time.
Oh, crap, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're all good, man.
Dude, 10K, what's up?
I don't know. We're not there yet. We're 23 away. We got to get everybody to share it and make it happen. Can you turn on your camera?
Remember, it's not on?
No.
Oh,
push
I'm
the
sorry.
camera button. There he is.
Are we good now? Sorry about
golden.
that.
No face paint today.
No face paint today. Short notice. I didn't have
5
time
minutes
to think
notice. So thank you. I guess I should introduce him for anyone who doesn't know. Stoney from Old Fat Guy BMX. You may have seen some of his videos.
Most likely you haven't, but maybe.
If you haven't, you probably should. Oh, sweet. We went down a subscriber. 24 left. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Oh, no, it's back up. People are messing with me.
Think back to like when you got your first 1,000. Like, how jazzed were you when you got your first 1,000?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
What was the last milestone that you were like, oh, yeah, that?
I don't know. I pay attention at every 1,000, but Blake, yeah, you should sub right now, unless you want to be 10,000. If you guys are waiting to be 10,000, just hop in there now, then unsubscribe and come back whenever it gets close. But I don't know. To be totally honest, my milestones are like seeing other BMX YouTube channels, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I wonder if I could ever catch up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And
then I remember your exact words to me were, I remember when you had more subscribers than me.
Yeah, see, that's the truth, though. Like, that was my thing. I was like, I'm going to find the next BMX YouTube guy, and I'm going to see if maybe I can catch them. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I think it would be cool.
I thought that was awesome, though. I was like, good for him. Like, I felt your drive, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And now to see you at 10,000, I'm surprised it's only 10,000.
I'm not.
So I'm the second guest?
Yeah. I think you might be the second of 3. I don't know if I can get anybody else on in this short of notice.
Oh.
But it's okay.
I was like, I hope he puts me on towards the bottoms, because I don't want to start repeating stuff that other people said. So this is perfect.
We're just chatting, honestly. It's not like anything special or scripted or talking about anything. Just talking about BMX.
So you're not going to pop a bottle of champagne or anything?
I don't have any bottles of champagne. I've got some vitamins.
Right. Oh yeah, pop a bottle of vitamins.
22 away.
22 away.
Yep. Thank you, Blake. Ricky is busy and cannot. Maybe if he watches and we all talk about him long enough, he'll go to the bathroom and be able to from the toilet.
Is he working or just?
No, he's busy though.
He slowed down with his YouTube a lot. Like, yeah. He was super consistent, and then life. I get it.
Yeah, life hits everybody. I saw you're starting to do these You got a live stream going on Facebook the other day.
I do.
That's cool.
And I have a pretty cool guest for Thursday, but I don't know if I rubbed them the wrong way, so I don't want to announce it.
Okay.
Like, it'll make sense. I'll message you the story. So I apologize to the viewers because I hate when people do this to me. But I think I rubbed them. I'll tell you in Messenger.
That's fine. We all know you're gonna get Crew Jones on. It's fine.
How cool would that be?
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool. So, you know how I always say I'm done with Ohio. I'm tired of driving to Ohio. I'm never driving to Ohio again.
Yeah.
I can't wait until I can come and hang out with you guys.
Hey, I'm ready for it too, man.
Like, I got just this. Last time I talked to you, this Corona thing wasn't even a thought. Like, no one would have known anything. And now, like I took for granted that I could go visit Brant and Dustin and Trevor and hang out whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
No, not so much now.
Right. Yeah. It's okay, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're all still healthy, for the knock on wood. But
we're visiting right now, too.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
So, all right, let's fix this. All right, so what's going on? What did I miss?
I don't know. Just talked to Kevin for a few minutes. Just chatting it up with you. Jeff Mead might be next. Come to New York City, you two. There's going to be quite a significant amount of time before I'm going to New York City with their 200,000 or whatever it is.
Right.
At this point. Too many for me. If you guys are just tuning in, it would be awesome, and I would appreciate it if you could share the YouTube stream. And, oh, we got one more. 21. And exactly that. See if maybe you could get somebody to subscribe, because it'd be pretty sweet if we hit 10K live on a stream. But yeah, so you're going to come to Ohio once everything dies down?
Dude, I need to. Like, I'm mad that I wasn't able to go to Ray's over the winter.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out. If it wasn't the weather, it was my mom. If it wasn't my mom, it was always just something. And it's like just so far, you know. I can't see at night. Well, I can see, but I can't see the lines in the middle of the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And when it rains, I really can't see it.
Yeah.
So like, that's an issue. So I got nothing but excuses. Anyway, yes, I am getting back. I'm going to start doing the live stream, and thank you so much for telling me how to do this, more or less.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you just log on to Skype and then it does it all for you.
Nope, you got to do it all. But it's pretty cool. You're actually one of 3 other people who have done this that I helped out get it set up, and it's pretty cool to see it.
It's your work in motion.
Yeah.
The Brant butterfly effect.
Ha! That'd be pretty cool to see where it goes.
So now that we've been quarantined and you've had a lot of time to think, are you getting a Brant mobile or what? A recreational vehicle, RV?
Listen, Linda, just because I've had time to think doesn't mean those student loans disappeared. They might be at 0 interest until September or whatever, but that doesn't mean they go away.
Yeah.
And that's still only the federal government ones. The other ones that I have, I got an email today that was like, oh, hey, yeah, your payment's due. This isn't a bill, but your payment is coming up. And I'm like,
right.
Thanks for reminding me. I didn't forget. Didn't forget about you guys. You'll get your money.
Well, I think, and I tell people this, I could see you being the next Scotty Kramer channel. I could absolutely see it, and I wouldn't be even a little surprised. Like, the next just take off, you're the it guy, you know?
It would be cool, and I would be flattered, but it would never happen without people like you and everyone else who's ever given an idea, and then I take that idea and make it into a reality.
As you should, though. Like, this is life. You do you, man. You don't get another chance.
That's right. It's not stopping. It's not slowing down or stopping for anyone. It doesn't matter what anyone says. You might as well just go for it.
Just go for it.
Which is exactly what I do with everything, pretty much. We went back down one. Oh, we went back up one. People are just messing with me at this point. They're like, I'm going to tease him.
Subscribing and then resubscribing?
I don't know. It went down and up twice already.
Let's see here.
I'm okay with it, though. Even if it doesn't hit it tonight, I won't be too sad. Or do a handrail.
How many people are in the chat room?
11 currently.
Mm-hmm.
So if each one of them made another YouTube channel. Average, I don't know. It's always different. If I'm streaming Call of Duty, then it's 2 people. If I'm with Ricky, it could be anywhere from 20 to 40.
You and Ricky have incredible chemistry. From a viewer's point of view, just the banter, and it just works. You're really mellow. He's not really mellow.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And it's just like it's fantastic to watch.
It's very, very fun. Flip to ice 270, perfect. Yeah, that sounds good. Jason Taylor wants me to do a backflip when I get to 10K. The only way I'm ever doing a backflip is if it's at Pastrana Land and Travis Pastrana is the one making me do it. That's the only way it'll ever happen. What?
Can you do a standing backflip?
No. I wanted to for a long time, and I just never did it.
So do you want to do it?
No, I'm not even a little bit. I just have no desire. Like, it's like some people wish, like Ricky, he always talks about how he wishes he could do all that crazy stuff, you know? Like, all the crazy tricks people are doing. I'm the opposite. I literally don't care about what anyone else wants to do, like, in regards to my own riding. Just want to do whatever I feel like doing.
Yeah.
I'll tell Mike Feedy. I sent him a text, tried to get him on here, but he didn't get back to me yet.
So after all this is over, where's the first place you're traveling to ride?
Probably my local skate park.
No, I mean like a road trip.
It depends. What?
I was going to say, did you have anything planned, a trip planned that you were going to take, and then just kind of put the kibosh on it?
Well, I mean, we're trying to go to Swamp Fest, and then obviously. So if nothing before Swamp Fest, probably Swamp Fest. Yo, Tyler O'Neill, dude that used to ride back in the day. I got pictures of this dude from literally more than 10 years ago, said, Brant, I've backflipped to foam, just do it. That's funny. Thanks for hanging out, Tyler. You should probably ride a bike again. What?
I said, but he wanted to do it.
He did. See, that's the thing. He wanted it. I don't want it. I'm okay with never doing a backflip anywhere other than a trampoline in my life.
I'm okay with you never doing a backflip anywhere but a track. See, like I don't know. I don't have a lot of pet peeves in BMX, but one of them is when people like judge each other if they won't like try something.
Yeah.
Like there's just something for whatever reason. It's not that you're not capable of it. You just have no desire to try whatever.
Yeah.
And then people are like, "Oh, you pussy," or I mean,
right.
Come on, we're adults.
Yeah, that used to work on me. It really did, but I don't care anymore.
That is the quickest way to shut me down.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, well, as far as I go, the conversation's over. Whatever you want me to do is not going to happen.
Yeah. What's up, Jay Parrish? I know you watch Stoney too.
What's up, Mr. Parrish?
Backflips.
He needs to remember to hit the music.
Huh. Jay Parrish has been here like way from the beginning. Like,
yeah.
When I first started doing live streams and there was 2 people in here and I was playing video, like pipe BMX and stuff, pretty much by myself. He was there. He was one of those 3 people.
He's come to quite a few events, and like he and his wife are just like super nice people, you know?
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
You meet a lot of, well, I guess it's a little different. Do you meet a lot of, like super fans? I don't want to use that word, but it's accurate.
You want to know the funniest part of that word?
What's that?
The people who are like super fans are the little kids who have absolutely no idea that I have a YouTube channel till they see me filming. And like people who don't have any idea. Yeah, Dan, you were there back in the day too. Like kids who see me filming, like, are you a YouTuber? And I'm like, I mean, I guess you'd call it that. And then they're like, oh. But like, people-wise who actually recognize me are usually just normal, good to, you know?
My pond is way smaller. Like,
whatever,
there's way
you
less
still have
older
people.
guys.
You still have people, though.
I mean, that's because the pond is smaller. If I was in where you are,
well, actually, no, you would have more. You'd have way more people coming up to you if you were at where I was at, because Rays is what brings them all out. That's the only reason, is because people travel to Rays and then see me at Rays, and they're like, "Oh, I see you." I watched the biggest thing that I get on at Rays is, "Oh, I watched your video on the new room last night on our way here," because I was looking up videos on Rays. I'm like, that's it. Yo, what's up, Brooks? My Facebook memories, literally for today. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think I can only pull it up on my phone. Brooks is a kid that we helped learn how to fakie exactly a year ago today, and he's in the chat because I posted on Facebook about it.
How old is he?
13? 12? I don't, he might be 14 now. But it was kind of funny because I was thinking about that earlier when we were riding the Spine. My buddy Cody's friend Jordan just bought a bike today from the bike shop. Kevin and I were talking about how bike shops are doing better. And they brought it over and rode for a little bit, and he landed his first fakie ever today.
Nice.
And I'm like, a year after we taught another kid how to fakie, we taught him how to fakie. That's pretty cool.
So was it his idea? Like, was he looking for a trick and you suggested it, or he was like, I'm going to do this?
I'm not really sure. Honestly. Lawnmowers are greater than backflips anyways. Lawnmowers on subs, especially. Yeah. Anybody can go and do a backflip. Yo, 19 left. Let's go. If you guys haven't shared it, share it. I'll be Ricky tonight.
Wait, hang on.
Brooks is 14.
If I did or didn't share it on the OFT page.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I know you shared it on your own because you tagged me in it. Yeah. I respect the tech of the lawnmower over a backflip. It's like taking the hardest piece out of an operation game versus a Larry Enticer send. That's awesome. Bro, only 19 left. It could happen real quick.
Hold on, I'm hurrying, I promise.
I guess I should probably put it in an Instagram story.
Alright. Post.
We're live on YouTube right now. Live with Stoney, Old Fat Guy BMX. We're only... What, wave again. Hello.
Hello.
Only 19 away from 10K on YouTube. Swipe up. No, I got to do that again. Sorry, guys. I screwed up. I took too long. We're live on YouTube. Stoney, there he is. Live. I missed your wave again, but that's okay. 19 away from 10K on YouTube. Swipe up and subscribe if you haven't, and jump into the chat. Perfect timing. Thanks, Kevin. I'm going to ban you if you keep telling people to unsubscribe. I don't care that you do super chats. I do care that you do that, but I don't care when it comes to banning you. Cut. We got to put the link in there, share it up on the Instagram story. Me and Larry and Tyser are from the same country. Interesting. Yo, All Terrain Dude. He's another YouTube guy from Ohio. He's a rad dude. What?
The All Terrain Dude?
Yep.
Alright.
He's a good guy.
I can follow him.
He does more mountain bike type YouTube stuff.
Okay.
I met him at the place where they were building that track, and I went, or not the track, but dual slalom course and the jumps, and we did that tractor video and stuff. I met him there. He was making a video. He's a good dude. Oh, we went down one, back up to 20. People are messing with me.
Is that really happening?
Yeah, I think it might be the same guy. It might just be Kevin Jackson in there messing with me. It's all right.
All right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well,
what's up?
I'm going to go and let Jeff come in and hang out with you.
Jeff said he's 8 beers deep, so it's going to be interesting. Anyways, I said Jeff said he's 8 beers deep, so it's going to be interesting.
I just wanted to say congratulations on the 10K that I'm sure you'll reach before the end of the day, and I look forward to 20K, 100K, 500,000. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
That'll happen.
All right,
Thank you,
I'm going
Stoney.
to bed,
All
and
right.
I will agree to disagree.
Thank you for jumping in here, Stoney. Good night. All right, let's see if we can get Jeff Mead in here. Hopefully he answers. Oh, we need to turn off me, though. There we go. Oh, we're back up to 19 left. Jeff isn't online. What's up, Andy Heck? How you doing, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. Thanks for tuning in, man. Jeff, I know you're watching. I know you're here, Jeff Mead. All right, well, while we're waiting on Jeff, let's go back to the whole style of I'll check out your bikes and Instagram posts, because why not? This is what I used to do on here. I mean, I didn't start doing that. Started playing pipe. I've been mountain biking 180 to flat with 29-inch wheels equals instant tacoed wheel. And you've been working out, so you're probably huge and weighing down that bike. Waiting on... Wait, did I pick the wrong Jeff Mead? I picked the wrong Jeff Mead. That was my fault. We need Tim Wed. Yeah, where's Tim Wed at when you need him? Just tuned in. What's up, Lucas? How you doing, man? Back to 19 left. If everybody shares out the stream, we could get it happening. Forgot my Skype password. That's fine. Oh, going back down. People are messing with me. It's fine, though. If you guys want to tag something on Instagram, I'll check it out. Let's see. I need that. We used to do this. checking out people's bikes and such. But remember, oh wait a minute, can I see DMs now? No. Oh, I can! Yo! What am I looking at here? This is, okay, let's pull this up. Here's Jason Taylor's bike. So I can see DMs now on the internet on my computer. By the way, we're 18 away now. It's getting closer. So we got Jason Taylor's bike. Look at them bars. I like them forward too. Those pink brakes. Sick. If you guys want me to pull up your bike, post a picture of it and tag me in it. Stay mad. That's funny. He's got, are those? No, those are Fit pedals, aren't they? With the Fit cranks. I thought they might have been Hamilton pedals for a second. Front brakes. Tag me in it so that I don't have to turn off the screen to pull up my DMs. That would be the easiest way to go about it. Oh, those are Bone Death cranks. My bad. Bike looks good though. Harvester Bikes. Good bike shop there. Good stuff, man. What stem is that? Is that a standard stem? Looks like a standard stem. Ooh, Kevin Zuba. We can get Kevin back in here. I'm not upset. Oh, yeah, we should have live streamed this bike build. I didn't even think about it, dude. I knew you were going to be building something soon. I just didn't think about any of that. Hit me up anytime. Save me from playing video games. All right? This is Kevin's son's bike that he even helped build. Pretty rad. And if you guys don't know, these... Oh, yeah, I saw that Brad Sims is now on Fit. But if these forks are Skeletor covered. It's pretty sweet. This has got front brakes on it, too. Brakes are making a comeback. Boom. The Mike Hucker bike. All pink. No caller ID. Is somebody calling me on Skype, but I'm getting it on my phone? Hello? Hey, it called my phone. I'll call you on Skype. Is it the one with your bike picture as the picture? Alright, I'll call it right now. Oh, get that out of here. In the meantime, tag stuff on Instagram and I'll pull it up. Yeah, Jeff. Maybe it's not. We might have technical difficulties with getting Jeff in here because it's not working. Welp. Shoot. In the meantime, pull up more Instagrammies. Videos, pictures, whatnot. Let's see, what's this? Got it. Yep. Okay. I always ran 2 brakes, but I'm old AF. Well, let's see your bike, Jay Parrish. Tag me in it. Let's see it, man. If I got a 20-inch again. What size handlebars if I'm 6 foot tall? 9.5s? I don't know. It's kind of a personal preference thing. I'm riding 9.5s right now with a top load stem. Mostly because the bars that I have weren't made in 8.9s this time. They were just 9.5s or 10s, so I got 9.5s. And I got used to it super fast, so I'm sure 9.5s would be fine, and if it wasn't tall enough, you could get a top load stem and raise it almost another inch. The all-terrain dude tagged me in a post. Let me, Jeff, if you're listening to this right now, it didn't work. It says you're offline. Boom, all-terrain dude with his with his bike. He's a rad dude. And it's a good shot. I haven't been commenting on them. I don't know anything about mountain bikes, but it looks like a cool bike. Looks like a nice bike. Couple pics on Insta. Not very good, though. Well, tag me in it, man. Let's see them. Got a fresh set of rims for his bike. Got those Eclat rims. 5.5, I ride 10s. Man, that seems really tall, but if they're comfortable and you like it, don't matter. Yeet pink. That's what that is. That's yeet pink. Hey, we're not in a competition here, Jason. All bikes are cool. I think I actually already liked this picture from before. And I'm going to butcher how you spell Skeletor right now. Escalator. Oh, 17 away. Yeah, dude. I'm happy to pull it up. Jericho. March 7th. The new Colt 2 short frame with the fronties on it. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. But competition is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with competition. This just isn't one. Anything else? Nothing there. Hit it up, fellas. 17 away from the 10K. It might not happen tonight, but it'll probably happen tomorrow. And it'd be awesome either way. I did see the new Hucker frame color. And I'm going to pull up my DMs because I'm pretty sure you sent me this. Boom. There is the new Hucker frame color. It's like a, is that blue? Yeah, trans blue to hot pink fade. That's a pretty gnarly color, honestly. Show riding clips. You gotta tag me in them, bud. I'll show the riding clips. You just gotta tag me in them. That's rad. Okay, so Jay Parrish sent his pictures. I gotta pull them up real quick. Pull up the best one. There's Jeff Mead. Okay, so we'll keep that for there, and we'll get Jeff Mead on here. Boom.
Yo.
There he is. What's up, dude?
I used the wrong email.
Oops. It was weird how it called me on my phone, and it said no caller ID.
How do I turn around? I wanted to. Oh, I got a gift for you.
Ooh, is that the gift?
You remember that thing that I gave you when you came to New Jersey?
Yeah, it's sitting
and
right
you were
here.
like, I have no idea what this is, and I'm like, it's a brake bit. I've got it set up for you. You want to see it?
Yeah, let me show the actual thing real quick before you go in there, because I literally have it in my hand right now. Okay.
I'm just gonna. All right. So that guy that I gave you right there is a splitter that if you're gonna run dual lower cables, that you have a little bit of play. If you could see that.
Yeah.
In your brake. So if your wheel ever shifts, you can run dual straight cables without your gyro getting all banged up because it will shimmy in its place.
Right. And it'll allow you to make your brake spring tension affect your spacing to get it absolutely perfect.
as long as you run regular brake spring tension, if your wheel ever shifts or if you get a bend in your wheel and you grab your brakes, it's meant to take up that little bit of slack that it would potentially make your gyro feel a little weird if your wheel was bent, if you were running straight gate.
And if you have one, like, untrue, is the word untrue?
Yeah.
If you have one little untrue spot, like, it feels so bad if you hit that spot.
Well, it's meant to take up that spot if you were running 2 straight cables.
Yep, which is pretty cool. And then, okay, so that is it without being on the bike. Try and put it near it. And that is it on the bike, which is pretty sweet. Made by SST. Is that the K2 DMC frame?
This is not only the one that I grew up riding, this is the bike I grew up riding, and I got it almost 15 years after it disappeared.
What? I want to hear that story.
So, hold on, I just want to show you my brake bastard too. I was pretty psyched on it.
Dude,
I got this thing working. It took me a couple of tries, but I got it dialed in now.
Looks good though.
The bike's 50 freaking pounds.
50 pounds?
Well, it's like 48.
That's like 50 pounds.
It's a tank, yeah.
What's the story behind getting it back?
So when I was younger, I got a K2 DMC as my first like freestyle bike.
Yeah.
That was I had a black one, and I found out that I couldn't put a bigger tire in it because they welded the brace for the seat stays too low.
Okay.
So K2 sent them my bike shop that silver frame that you just saw to like make up tire clearance. A handful of years later, I owned like a handful of frames after that, like a ridiculous amount of frames after that. I'm selling it to a friend that wanted a BMX bike, and it's tiny. It's Dennis McCoy. That's like a 19 3/4 inch top tube. The dropouts are literally the size of a CD disc. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh my God, that's insane.
That's a high flange hub, and you can't see it behind the dropout.
Hub guard built into the frame. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous. So I sold it to a friend, and I, after that, have no idea what happened to it. Like, I have no idea. And then I was sitting at a bike shop that opened up in a town over from me, just hanging out with the owner, just shooting the shit about bikes. And some dude rolled in a Pathfinder. It literally almost falling off of the roof rack, like bouncing around, like probably barely made it to the bike shop. And the guy was trying to sell it for like $50 to the owner. He was like, "Hey, I heard you buy bikes. Like, you want this BMX bike?" And I didn't pay any attention to it at first. And then after I saw him wheel it in, I didn't say much. I was just like, "Oh, that looks familiar." And then when he started to head out the door, I followed him out to talk to him about it. And after doing some hearsay, to-say, whatever, and recognizing some of the parts that were still on it, I was like, that's not just the bike that I had when I was a kid. That's my bike.
Whoa.
And then I played like a game of where like it went to like Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and then it went to like Hackettstown, New Jersey, and then it went to like South Jersey for a little bit. We played like a game of like the dudes that I knew that he would have known, and then the guys that he knew on the other side of the spectrum, and found out it was all over like New Jersey and PA, and then I got it back.
Dude, if you don't believe in fate after that, nothing can convince you.
I'm actually super hyped because like I'm kind of happy to own it again. But then there's some things that I saw, like the 3-piece cranks that are on it were like what kicked me off. But they're like 180 millimeter, like big cheese cranks. And if you don't know what big cheese is, it was like it was like poverty.
Okay.
And it has like cranks that are way too big on it because they were the first like cranks that like I bought with my own money as a kid, and I didn't care how much, like how long they were. I didn't care about how much they weighed or anything like that. I literally was just like, those are 3-piece cranks. I want those.
Right. Wow, dude. How much of it is what you had?
So one of it like a good portion of it, how it's built up now, is one of my childhood friends gave me his BMX bike, so I used a lot of the OEM parts to like finish off what I didn't have. That was like era specific,
Yeah.
and then the frame the frame fork and cranks were the originals that were still on it when I got it back.
Jeez, that's amazing.
And everybody online's got to forgive me. I'm like probably double-digit beers deep right now.
No, you're doing great. Big cheese grips. See, that's what I remember. Are those the ones with
Yeah.
the stars on them?
Big Cheese was like a Curb Dog back in the day. It was like OEM replacement parts that were like a little bit better than what would have came on your bike.
Huh. Man, that's before my
And
time.
I got some really era specific parts on that bike. Like I got knockoff Hoffman Condors on there that were made by Diamondback that I actually bought from Power's Bike Shop on the used section. I got an
Holy
Odyssey
cow.
business class seat, which is like, if you take a look at this seat is the size of a fucking shoebox.
I didn't even notice. Wow.
It's ginormous. It has a special seat post just to run it. Like the rails are 9mm or 10mm thick.
Is that padded
Like,
on the bottom of the seat?
Yeah, there's pads all the way under. There's leather at the bottom and it's Kevlar on top.
Jeez.
That seat and seat post itself weighs as much as like most people's cranks and forks do on a scale.
That is incredible. Oh my gosh. And just the fact that, okay, so did this happen recently?
It happened probably about 2 or 3 years ago is when I got it back.
Wow. Somebody
What's
said,
even better is that one of my buddies growing up has the original frame that they let me keep from that original bike.
jeez. Somebody said they have a K2 DMC frame in their collection.
It's the only bike that I have built complete to that era.
Yeah.
And unless you can find a McNeil Miron, which was like my first aftermarket frame that I worked like 2 full summers for at the bike shop, just cutting up cardboard and taking out the garbage. Like, this was important.
Right. What? Somebody said what pegs?
Those are probably Schwinn pegs. They're like Schwinn silencer pegs or something like that.
Man.
They got a whole bunch of holes in them. They suck for grinding anything with. They're not good for standing on. They probably weigh a pound each.
You guys should have a hop contest on that bike.
Well, that's my problem right now is I'm actually dealing with what might futurely be what puts me off of my bike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting with I might have ruptured a disc in my spine, and it's leading to some side.
That is not good to hear.
And both times it happened on the same trick. Wall ride to 180s will put me in a fucking stretcher.
Man, I would just not even do that trick anymore.
It's the 180 thing. The 180 thing I need like so bad for like all my free coaster and like fakey stuff. And it was just a setup. It was a perfect setup for it. And both times were like the exact same trick. And it's been almost exactly 2 years apart.
Jeez.
But I got some new exercises. I got a coworker at the bike shop that's like a physical therapist. So I got some stuff I'm going to start doing. I might need to do a little bit of a lifestyle change. But
that will make a big difference.
Yeah, it's one of those where like I'm probably like, this sounds stupid, but I'm probably like a little overweight. You know what I mean? I need to hydrate a little bit better. You know, all the take care of yourself stuff.
Right. Is that a GI seat post?
That is the Odyssey seat post that's supposed to go with it.
Okay,
it's,
so
41. It's the Jim Beam. This was like the seat Jim Slaninsky ran, so I think they gave it a booze name just to keep it. So I don't know. It's giant. Here's my hand.
Yeah.
Like this thing, same size as bigger than my hand.
Is that writing from when you had it, or did you put that on, or did something put that on?
because I tried to bring it to a couple of shows that were around here for like old school and mid school bikes. So I wrote a bunch of nutty stuff on it so nobody asked me questions all day long. And these are the pegs.
Whoa.
They got holes in them.
What rims and wheels?
These are Haro like Fusion or something seal bearing hubs with Hoffman rims laced up to them.
Huh.
These were a wheel set that one of my friends had growing up, and I was like totally freaking jealous that he laced up those wheels, and then he gave them to me later in our life. So
nice. I have a really funny story about wheels from like kind of that era. Before I even like thought about riding BMX, a dude up the street did ride BMX, and he had a rail in his driveway, and he was my cousin's friend, and my cousin was in high school, and we went up there. It might have been at the very beginning of me riding, but we went up there and we're just hanging out, and I can remember him talking about his wheels, and I remember him bringing, like, I think he asked me how much I thought his wheels cost, and I don't remember what I said, but I remember him saying something like $200 or something like that, and I just did not believe it. I'm like, no way. There's no way. And now it's
I
like,
remember. No, I'm sorry. It's your story. Keep going.
it's fine. It's like, really? $200 is a hub.
Yeah, no, I know that entirely because when I was in like 2001 is when I started like recognizing what BMX like was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I dropped stuff in the driveway and I knew like BMX kind of stuff was happening. But when I realized that BMX was like a community, I remember ordering my first Nankai hub, and it was like money saved from mowing lawns and like being a good kid and like getting decent grades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I remember spending like $150 on like a Nankai hub and then the axle adapters to make it 14. And
Wow.
I remember that.
I remember
like,
those.
My parents were like, "Do you really just want to buy a $200 wheel for your bicycle?" You know what I mean? It was like one of those pinnacle moments where you realize that you've gone from like just ripping wheelies around like your town or terrorizing the neighborhood turns into like this is something that I'm actually into.
Right? Dude, you just made me remember something. I have to grab this really fast.
All right. How come we can't get Ricky on here? Where's Ricky at? He should be here for 10G.
Ricky is busy, unfortunately.
He'll be busier than him. The bike shop.
All right, Jeff. So, first of all, we're only 5 away from 10K now. That is insane. Second of all, I'm going to tell the story of how I got this before I got it. On my original, like, first ever BMX-ish bike, it was a Pacific Cyclone, and it was a bike we bought at a swap meet off this kid who was selling it. We paid $50 for it, and obviously it had it had unsealed hubs. Like, it was just a Walmart bike basically by today's standards. And
it was a Rhino.
What?
It was a Rhino, if you know what Rhino is.
I don't. Sorry.
Rhino was like Pacific's name.
Oh, okay. But I was riding it at the babysitter's house at the time. This is how long ago this was. I still needed a babysitter. And the front wheel locked up, and I went over to bars. So my dad, knowing a guy who worked at the local bike shop when it was still called Ernie's, went and got this front wheel. Bulletproof BMX hub with a BFR rim on it. And this was like the first aftermarket BMX part I ever had. 48 hole.
Spared no expense, huh? Bet you that wheel's still true as shit.
Oh, dude. Can you see it? It's pretty perfect. I mean, I never actually rode on this thing like hard, but That was on the original bike, which the forks are over there as well because my dad built me like a truing stand out of the forks from it by welding the forks to a piece of metal that was heavy. But that leads me to the next thing we have here, which is the first wheel that I got for myself after I really got into BMX. And only you're going to be able to see this one because the green screen is going to completely get rid of it.
The shadow wheel?
No, Demolition. Lime green hub with the lime green wheel, and my green screen completely just gets rid of it. But this was the first one, and it started with, do you remember Guacamole has Odyssey parts?
Oh yeah, a couple of my buddies are actually still running those rims.
I have a Hazard Light Guacamole rim over there because that's what I got, not knowing that Demolition made a matching lime green rim to the hub.
That's awesome.
So I still have it. I broke the axle in this thing once, replaced it, and I still have the rear, but it has a broken axle.
Huh. It's a Demolition. That's bound to happen.
Well, it's a solid, or not solid, it's a male axle that's hollow. It's going to break.
Yeah. Fly did that for a little while. One of my first like front wheels that I built for me was a Fly hub, and it had a hollow axle, and it didn't last long. It was right around the time I was learning Smith grind, so it was like my first gap to Smith. I had to drive home from the skate park and grab my old wheel that I just took off to go to replace my new wheel that I built that day.
Jeez, yeah, that's a bummer when that happens, honestly.
Is what it is. I mean, that was around the time I was trying to make my bike like dummy light, so it was just
that's a fun,
fit right.
Kind of a funny era in time, honestly. Whenever bikes parts were just made too light.
That was like the Grim Reaper time. This is actually one of the reasons why I won't ride an Eastern again. Is I went through 3 of those Grim frames, and they sent me like a regular Reaper to hold me over after the second one. And I broke the regular Reaper in the same spot that I was breaking the Grim Reapers. And they gave me like a store credit, and I wound up getting like an FBM or something.
Gotcha. That's funny because my buddy Brian, who used to live out here, the only frame that he's ever not broken, aside from the one he's riding now, was the first or second generation Grim Reaper.
Dudes in my area went through that frame like Tupperware containers. Like I had a buddy that buckled the top tube. Like it didn't bend, it like twisted. And I broke all of them like right underneath the, let's see if I can turn this around. I broke them all right underneath like the gyro cables.
Yeah.
So the first time they were like, hey, you need to bring this frame back. I was like, oh no, mine's probably going to be good. Whatever. I probably got like a good look out of this. And I wound up taking my lower gyro cables like off to take the frame apart. And I was just like half the head tube was hanging on. And this was at the time when I was working at a skate park. So it was like I was riding by myself before the park even opened because I had keys. And during my shift, I took my bike apart, and I was like, I could have died. Like I could have easily taken the head tube off of the bike.
Dude, that just reminds me of my buddy's bike that I just uploaded the video today where he built up his new bike. He discovered after he like rode it and had been riding it for a while that it was cracked like 3/4 of the way around the down tube. And he was like, dude, I didn't know. Like, I was riding it and I wondered why everything felt like garbage. And that the crazy thing is that he was looking at a rail while we were riding street. And if he did it.
It's crazy because most of the head tube stuff, you could just be like, oh, my headset made some noise. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know what you're looking for, you could be like, oh, that bink was just my headset shifting in the head tube because I landed hard. And then you look at your head tube and you're like, whoa. Like, that's well, with the Easterns, what was happening is that they weren't welding the down tube all the way to the head tube before they put the gusset on. So they were selling games where like the down tube wasn't all the way welded, the gusset taking up the space that the down tube wasn't welded on for. So you had all this leverage to like practically take the head tube off of the freaking bike. And I mean, they've made some cool stuff. We're kind of an Eastern dealer at work, but I'm never probably gonna ride any of their bikes
Yeah.
again.
So someone's talking about something that I have no idea about, but I'm really curious. What is the Maltese bottom bracket?
Maltese, is that angular contact bearing bottom bracket?
He said it had
It's like
4 bearings.
It sounds like a Primo hub to me. 4 bearings? I mean,
in the bottom bracket.
It doesn't sound like something you want to throw on a freestyle bike, but it sounds like something they would have cooked up in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Huh. Interesting.
Actually, I got another treasure right here.
Oh,
Might
let's
as well.
see it. We're just in a treasure trove. Yo.
I started like running to clean my freaking room before because I knew I was going to be on here. But this is my caveman, which is retired now. But this thing was my smash everything bike.
Dude, why wouldn't it be? Oh my God, 3 away.
You're 3? Hopefully the caveman will get it for you. My problem is that they made the down tube like super thin for the bash guard.
Yeah.
And I dented the crap out of the down tube.
Well,
like first day dented the down tube. Like I actually ran like a plastic sleeve that I cut to fit over the down tube on it to protect it from me smashing it.
Well, when you're a beast like you are, and you do things the way you do.
It wasn't anything that Rooftop wouldn't have done. That's why I got mad.
You want to know something funny, though?
What's that?
I dented a frame way, way worse than that on that exact Fufanu that you did at Ray's on the rafter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like way worse than that.
It's actually kind of funny because I kind of went for a long time thinking that was an NBD. And then my roommate got me the props box set for Christmas, and I realized that somebody else did that like right around the time Ray's open.
Really? They did that?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Like Terrible. Some dude that was on Terrible One. I don't think it was Hickerson, but there was another dude that like I just remember like watching it. Like I wasn't looking for it or anything like that. I just remember like watching it and being like, "Oh,
oops."
like,
That doesn't make it any less gnarly, though. It took how many years?
It was definitely, like, that is definitely one of probably, like, the pinnacle, like, things that I will remember the most about BMX.
Which
like,
is so crazy.
I have one handrail that I did in Austin that I post, like, once a year on my Instagram, so you've probably seen it because it's, like, the best clip I've ever gotten in my entire life.
180?
And yeah, the 180 to half cab on that down kink away rail.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to happen like that. It just kind of, I did that and whatever. And that pocket foof. And then there's one thing at Hippie Steve's that I did that I don't think anybody's ever done before.
You know what's funny, though, is the only reason I told you about that Fufanu was because, 1, I didn't want to do it, and 2, you did the alley-oop foof out of the pocket one out of on the spine, the 180 one.
At one particular point, I think I did more pocket foofs than I did regular foofs. Like, for me being goofy-footed, it's like a easy-ish thing to do.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, all the weights in the right place for that to happen easier than if I were, like, foof a sub-rail.
Oh, crap! We're only 1 away.
Oh, hell yeah. If I'm on the chat while you're going to get 10 G's, I might as well get another beer.
It's got to happen now. How many people unsubscribed earlier just so they could try and be it? Who's going to be it?
Brent, have you tried those Tubulato things? Those orange stupid light tubes?
Not yet. My rims have Presto valves, though, so oh, there it is! 10K. We did it, boys.
Hey.
Let's get a cool thumbnail. Oh, It's not even on there. Where'd it go? Come back. There it is. Cool thumbnail. Perfect. That's so sick. Thank you to everyone who just came in here and did that, made that happen. And
one.
Oh, it just went down by 2. I don't even care.
Oh fuck!
I don't even care. It's fine. It hit it.
That's somebody just trying to get recognition for being the 10G.
Yep, that's exactly what that is. No, I have not ridden the Tubalitos. I have no excuse not to, other than I don't want to pay $35 for them.
See, the shop, I have 2 in my glove box, but this all happened when I pulled my back, so I just haven't done it yet.
Gotcha. Thank you, 20 Drip, for that. Thank you. You're the man. What?
That tie sprocket that you got, I've actually been. I used to have a friend that used to ride for RNC back in the day, like when they first started making parts.
Nice.
And I'll be dead honest, I got those tie pegs on my list, like for sure. I used to run Mutiny TIE Fighters, and being the dumb kid that I was, I sold 2 of them and gave the other 2 away. And it's like the one set of parts in my life that I'm upset about getting rid of because I should have kept a full tie peg.
Well, dude, what's cool about them is that it's titanium pegs that you can get without paying $1 million. They're $55 each.
What's actually kind of cool is, if you ever ridden a tie peg?
No.
So a tie peg is the perfect balance between being able to hop on like a steel rail and be able to push through it, like just slow enough where you're not like out of control, like gonna die off of the handrail, but just tacky enough to have lip tricks be comfortable without like a million hops.
Ah, interesting.
Like, have you ever hopped an ice pick and felt like you were gonna slide a little bit, or like done a toothpick and felt your peg just like kind of slide out from underneath you? Tie pegs don't do it.
I only ever had that happen on certain spots, and I think you have it worse because that Tissio Park is so freaking slippery with the coping. Dude, it's the most slippery other than an all-metal skate park that I've ever had.
So Hackettstown was an all-metal skate park. If I know Ricky and Feedy have both talked about Hackettstown. Hackettstown was my stomping grounds growing up, and it was the best thing that could have happened to any of us that rode that place regularly. But I rode tie pegs when that place was like part of the pinnacle of my BMX existence.
Nice.
And tie has always been one of those things where it meets that perfect balance, and they spark like crazy. They spark white sparks all over the place. But it's that nice cross between, like, if you hop on like a street rail that's at least steel, definitely not aluminum, you can grind it without feeling like you're out of control. But if you go to do a lip trick, you have enough tackiness there that you're not gonna slide out or kind of DJ slide the record back and forth.
Yeah. Interesting. First, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's saying congratulations. You're all awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. But I want to talk about tie pegs too.
Hey, thank you for having me on here during this.
Yeah, dude, I'm psyched. This is rad. He might send me a set of tie pegs to make a video about and ride, but I mean, I don't know anything at this point. I had to send my sprocket back to him. Obviously, if you saw the video, you know that. But I'm hoping it gets back soon.
That's good. That's going to be the tough part of growing pains for him that he's going to have to figure out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so many different configurations of stuff. Like, I saw one dude had a hard time getting an axle adapter in his tie peg locally.
Oh,
he bought those tie pegs, and his adapter from his steel pegs was too big for the tie peg adapter here.
I understand. Well, yeah, he's talked about that.
Yeah, if that's like a 2-person deal, or if he's running on like a skeleton crew, that's going to be a tough thing to deal with no matter what, because BMX is changing every day.
Dude, I think it might just be him.
I'm pretty sure it is too, because I've gone on there, and when I got my stimulus check, I was like, I'm going to get those cranks and I'm going to get those pegs. Like, I was wholeheartedly going to do that. And then I actually paid off all of my human debt instead.
Which is the better move.
Oh, yeah. I had a couple of hospital bills from me knocking myself out on my birthday on that fast plant. And I had a couple of outstanding, like, I had a layaway of work that I had to take care of. So I did the smarter move, but I'll let you know if I ever get that kind of money smooth my way again. Those cranks and pegs are going to be on my list for sure.
Absolutely, man. It's cool how like receptive he is to stuff too. Like immediately I told him that the Thunderbolts have that 24 millimeter part on them, and he's like, well, it looks like I'm making sprockets 24 millimeters now.
And that's something only Odyssey is doing. You know what I mean? Like everybody else has been 22, and Demolition I think has a 24. Like,
and it's
I know that Odyssey. Well, isn't the Odyssey one built into the cranks?
Yeah, it's literally a 22 millimeter spindle with just a 24 millimeter slot for the sprocket.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But there's also 24 millimeter cranks from Demolition and fit. So to make everything fit everything, you might as well.
I mean, it's one of those things, as long as it doesn't turn into, you know what I mean? Like, you made a point that his pegs were, like, affordable. As long as it doesn't turn into things not being affordable, because then, unfortunately, he lost his market.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, he seems so, like, into it and so passionate about it that it doesn't matter.
Speaking of one-off things that probably one person made, can I show you a picture of a pride and joy that I have?
Yeah.
Any of you old school guys will probably appreciate this and or deny that this is actually existing, but I'm going to show you right now. I have an come on, turn it around. I have an animal stem with gyro tabs built onto it.
So what, would people just deny that it's real or what?
Yeah, because Animal doesn't make brake stuff. Animal's always been like a street rider kind of company. And I got this handed to me off of Ralph Sinisi's desk when I was like 18 years old. And I rode it forever, and he gave me a different faceplate because the greens didn't match. But this is another item that I gave to a friend and gave back to me because he just got out of BMX. But these things are machined onto the stem. And this was like one of those things that they probably only made like 8 or 9 of.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's definitely less than 10 of these on the planet. And thankfully for being recognized as a brake dude very early on, it is now a paperweight on my bowl of things that I throw into at the end of the day.
That's sweet though. I have no reason to not believe that. You know, they had brake cables for a while.
They had like straight cables that were made out of derailleur cables that kind of sucked for a little bit, but nobody on the team ever really ran brakes. Like, there was a couple of dudes that did, but nobody ever really ran gyros instead of Tissio. So that was like one of those things that I remember that getting handed to me when I was a young kid, when I went there to go pick up the bike shop that I was working for as like first order. And Ralph recognized me from Hackettstown and was just like, hey, you run brakes, like, take this home with you. And it was probably like the first like real part that was given to me as a kid. So I was like, hi.
That is rad. That's super rad. Huh. I don't have anything. Actually, dang, I do have something cool like that. And it is an animal product, too.
Oh, yeah?
I've got no reason to get it. I could go dig it out right now. But,
well, Animal's really tight with, what's that dude that ran like that super tiny frame?
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton and I got a little beef, but
whatever. We won't talk about that. He gave me a pair of pants, animal pants, that didn't fit him.
Dude, they had the best clothing line for a couple of years. Like, if you opened their catalog and, like, flipped it over, like, one side was all bike parts, and the other part was all, like, super dope hats. and flannels, and they had denim for a little while.
They always had a lot of stuff, and they're always like really up with things, seemed.
There was a couple of years where like their clothing line just literally took off. Like I think it kind of caught on to like regular streetwear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, regular like city, like people in the city that were into like street wear were buying Animal not knowing it was like BMX stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they were getting like credit for people buying their clothing that didn't know about BMX.
Which is like the ultimate. I mean, I wouldn't say people have it as a goal, but that's like the highest level, because if you get to that point, that means that you're doing all right.
Oh yeah, it's like anytime somebody ever asks me, I'm like, you know how dope it would be to get like Subroser, Shadow, and like Zoomies. You know what I mean? Like that's just like your team's paid for the, for the next 10 years as long as we keep this contract going.
No, Jeff, we have to keep BMX pure. We cannot fund teams from Zoomies in the public. All right, we cannot have people going on fun trips making awesome videos.
I'm pretty sure Vans is paying for their whole BMX team by introducing their BMX shoe in the regular store.
Probably. There's probably a bunch of people walking around on a shoe that says BMX Soul that have no idea that it says BMX Soul.
What's actually funny is I worked in the mall at Zoomies when the Shadow Vans came out.
Mm-hmm.
And just like before, I'd have to dig for it, but I have like the whole kit. I have like the high tops, still in the box with the tissue paper, the shirt which glowed in the dark, and I think the hat is somewhere around here. And the hat was pretty dope too, even though it was like a trucker hat. But I remember going to the mall being like, I have $200, and if it exceeds this, I'm not getting it. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna make sure that I purchase anything that says Shadow Conspiracy on it.
Yeah. Someone said something about Little Devil.
Well, being from New Jersey, Little Devil is the shit, but also a little bit far away for my ability to give all of my money to all the time.
Yeah. I showed this before, but it's pretty cool. It's a brand new Little Devil wallet.
Oh hell yeah, with the chain still attached to it.
Yeah, dude, brand new.
Dude, I've got so many dudes in Jersey that have Little Devil tattoos that would give you a obscene amount of money for that wallet right now.
Tell them I'll sell it. Highest bidder wins.
I could probably get you an RV for it.
I'm down. Just freaking. All they gotta do is give me the highest bid, and I will sell it right now.
Little Devil wasn't shit, but a lot of my who I owe a lot of what I enjoy most about BMX is probably only because they were way closer.
Yeah. I had my first BMX pair of shoes was the Little Devil Orchids.
What was the name of that Little Devil video that everybody like Van Homan's
Criminal Mischief?
Can I give you like a BMX like everybody's gonna hate me after I say this?
Sure.
I've never actually seen that video all the way through.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I haven't either. I've only seen a couple sections.
I've seen Owen's part, I've seen Gary Burns' part, and I think I've seen a couple of clips from Bear Dread there. Other than that, I've never sat down and watched the whole video.
Yeah. Hey, I think you might be holding over the microphone on your phone.
Yeah, my pinky over. Is that better?
No, but it's fine. I can hear you well enough.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Congrats on getting the 10 Gs, man.
Thanks for hanging out, dude. Thanks for being in videos and just being sick.
Well, thank you. Actually, to be dead honest, you want to know how I met you? It was because of Dean Watson.
Dude, Dean is rad.
Dean's one of my favorite human beings on my top 5 list of favorite riders that I've ever ridden with. He's probably 2.
Nice.
All right. And, I remember I went to Rays by myself. So when I met you, I was supposed to go on like a 5-person trip, and everybody wound up backing out the weekend before.
Jeez.
So I did a whole bunch of fucking work to my car. Sorry, didn't mean to say it like
Doesn't
that.
matter.
I did a whole bunch of work to my car, and I remember like I was just starting to work at a bike shop again, so I got my bike like really dialed, like one of those where I was like super happy, and I didn't really care how much money I spent on it.
Yeah.
And it was in January or February when I went down there because I remember getting my tax return check like hours before I left. And that was the actual reason why I went, because it was like I woke up one morning and I made breakfast and I looked at my phone and it was like, "You've got your tax return check." So I was like, "Oh well, I'm going to Ohio. I'll just go by myself." And Dean told me to message you like, I think I met you on Saturday.
Yeah.
So on Friday I got there and some dude was being carried out by a stretcher.
Oh my
like,
God.
The parking lot, and I was like, okay, well, I guess he's probably having the worst weekend ever. And thank God I went in there on Friday because I'd have no idea where anything was unless I went in there on Friday from like 6 to 10.
Yeah.
And I was like sitting at the hotel room by myself, and I remember like posting a video that I was there on Friday, like me walking into the front doors and like that's it, like no riding or anything. And Dean was like, "You should hit up my buddy Brent. In fact, I'm going to tell him that you're there tomorrow." And I wound up just hanging around the King Bowl pretty much until you showed up.
That's so sick.
Because that was like the only thing that I wanted to ride.
Right. Clearly the same for me because I live here and that's the only thing I ever want to ride.
That and the elevator thing, that elevator drop that they have on bike section, that was like on my list of shit to ride.
Dude, I remember seeing you riding and stuff. I remember the first time I met Dean. Or maybe it might have been the only.
That was the first time I was on my BMX bike in probably like 5 or 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, like at that point I got out of like, this is not too personal, I got out of a bad relationship at that point. And one of the reasons why I went is because I was like, just have a BMX weekend to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like, even though nobody else is going, like, you'll make friends. And I wound up actually meeting some dudes from Massachusetts that gave me their room for like an extra room that they overbooked for like $50.
That's sick.
And what was even better is I got to the room and I was like, I wonder who's going to show up. Like, I'm probably sharing this room with somebody. Nobody ever showed up. Wow. They gave me like $160, probably $200 room for $50, and they knew me for probably like 40 minutes.
That's awesome. That's BMX.
Yeah, that was the best thing about it. Like, I have a little bit of family in Massachusetts, so I tried to make a connection, and it never like happened.
Yeah.
But it was awesome to just be like, oh yeah, well, like we booked an extra room because not many people showed up, and I was like expecting some random dude to like show up at like 10 o'clock, you know, like, oh yeah, I got done at this skate park, like we're bunking together, and nobody ever came, so I wound up just hanging out in the hotel room by myself.
Nice. Dude, the first time I ever met Dean, the reason that I said something to him was because he was doing his back of the foot jam to move the foot around the fork Vader jam. And it was like, what is going on? You're a robot.
Dean is one of those dudes that I wish he was on here right now for me to tell this story. So Dean, I used to see at Hackettstown contests when I was growing up. And I didn't, you know, like, he wasn't like a Hackettstown local, so I didn't like hang out with him a whole bunch. And then at one point there was like an age gap that happened. And Dean and I just became friends because we both entered pro and we both shouldn't have fucking been in pro. It was like, I'd rather get dead last in pro than get like 5th or 6th in expert. You know what I mean? Like, at least it has something to. And Dean and I both have unique riding styles. So pretty much Dean and I sat there and did like thunder high fives in front of everybody. And I think we both rode the same heat during the contest. And our tricks were perfect because they were both on opposite sides of the park at whatever we were doing, which was like kind of how we didn't like plan it, but it was like kind of mentioned. before we rode. Like, oh, if your tricks are on that side, oh, if my tricks are on this side, if we go back and forth, you know what I mean? Like, we'll be in unison almost.
Yeah.
And I'll be dead honest, we probably had like a full-blown run that looked like it was a doubles run from like a 1995 Gravity Games.
That's awesome.
Like, at any given point, I remember somebody saying something out loud, like on the microphone, being like, I don't know who to look at right now. So it was, Dean and I just became like perfect friends because of that.
That's sweet, though. He's a good
That and
dude.
Hippie Steve's backyard. Hippie Steve's backyard is like another reason why him and I are like BFFs.
Nice. How is his place doing? You still got it?
I haven't been down there in a while because of this whole COVID thing that's going on.
Yeah.
And I like to check up on Hippie, but he's doing like racing, like he's doing like the vet class for racing. So I haven't been over there in a little bit, only because it's like, it's weird. The before this all started, it's like all the backyard ramps around here were decreasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the quality and like whoever has them. Like my buddy Brandon, he's tearing his ramp down because he's got a kid and got married.
Yeah.
And Hippie Steve's yard, if there isn't dudes to go there to like help maintain it, it kind of goes to shit.
Yeah.
And then this whole COVID-19 thing started, and now it's like dudes that I would never expect to have ramps are building ramps right now.
Which is awesome.
Oh, I can't wait. I like to boast that I'm the key holder to the backyard ramps in New Jersey, and it's giving me fuel to my own fire right now.
Good. Kevin Zuba. You know who I'm talking about when I say Kevin Zuba?
The name sounds familiar.
Miss Kevin on Instagram, Miscellaneous Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
He said, let's plan a co-Skype mid-school parts showdown.
Oh, geez. I actually got a lot more in what I call the shed, which is just an oversized closet in my apartment. I've got some decent stuff sitting in there. I'm just hyped on this because I got everything mid-school working again. Like, I got one of these brake bastards from Primo, and I didn't know how to use it when I was younger. So it was kind of cool being 15 years older than I was when I started playing with it to actually get it right.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. It's like a connection thing with your kid's self.
Well, this is my when I was talking to you about doing videos on brake stuff. This was like this is the frame that I'm going to practice all those unique setups on.
Right. That's awesome.
Only because both of them are mid school, brake adaptations, I guess.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. We should definitely do that, Kevin. We'll get you both on here and we'll be like, yeah, you got this. Well, I got this. Yeah, well, you got this. And then Kevin will go out back and show you the tent behind his garage. And you'll be like, oh.
My roommate Joey, his uncle is like the mid-school collector of New Jersey, pretty much.
Nice.
And old school. He does more old school stuff than he does mid-school. But yeah, I could probably get some. If I knew that was happening, I could probably bring some magic in. I got some old early 2000s Schwinn stuff that would be like of the Van Homan or Dave Osato or Jay Miron era that I could show off.
That'd be cool.
I actually have an XS stem that may or may not, I haven't really gotten a guarantee on this, have belonged to Brian Foster's brother, Alan.
Nice. Oh, that's kind of cool. Alan Foster XS stem. I don't even know what XS is. I'm a bad BMX rider.
XS was Schwinn's parts company.
Oh, okay.
Like Troy McMurray used to ride for them. I think even what is his name? They made the documentary about him because of his crash. He was on Odyssey for a long time. The dude that used to own metal bikes.
Oh, well,
Jimmy
Levan.
Jimmy Levan used to ride for them. Like they sponsored all the Schwinn dudes, obviously, because that was like a coercive thing.
Yeah.
But they had a handful of like street dudes on there for a little while.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, Schwinn used to be a force to be trifled with in the early BMX days.
As I've heard.
Which was funny because all of their main riders was like Biz Jordan used to ride for Schwinn, but he was on there for like dirt jumping, not like street or ramp riding. Van Hallman obviously was on Schwinn for a little bit. He had the Mean Street, and everybody goes crazy for those things.
Yeah.
But like Osado and like they had a handful of Canadian riders on there that were like would have made any other BMX team shake in their skate shoes. I mean, they had Jim on, they had Otto, like they had a handful of names that rolled through their. Like Brian Wismerski rode for Schwinn for a little bit.
Yeah. A guy that some people might not know who he is, but is a freaking legend, Hollywood, rode for Schwinn.
Hollywood did. Chris Duncan rode for Schwinn. If anybody knows any Colorado dudes,
that's another.
He was like one of the originators of doing the decades like in dirt jump contests.
That guy's rad.
If you watch like old 1999 props videos, he's in almost all of them.
Man, BMX is sweet.
Even like Troy McMurray used to ride for XS. That was like mind blowing to me. I remember opening up an old BMX Action. Somebody remembers that. It was like the porno version of a BMX magazine. They always had like a chick with big tits on the cover. They always had like ads that were a little bit weirder along those lines. But I remember like opening up one of those because they sold them at my bike shop for some reason. And I remember seeing that Troy McMurray had like an XS ad of him doing like an X up grind down like a Gravity Games rail or something like that.
Jeez. Koji Kraft, Schwinn.
Koji Kraft, Decade King. That dude has decade variations, I think. I think he did like Indian decades or something like that. Over box jumps, like big box jumps.
That's an interesting thought, crossing your legs. Like you're spinning around the bike and you think about what you're doing enough to be able to.
It's terrifying. I've tried some foam pit sessions where I try to do like something inside of them, and it's terrifying. Like I've tried to do one-handed decades, terrifying. I've tried to do Indian air decades, even more terrifying, especially because I'm goofy-footed. And even just like I've even messed around with trying to do like a decade half bar spin, and it's every time I try to do something in the middle there, it just turns into a catastrophe.
Right. Ugh. Yeah, none of that.
Try decade to CrossFit lander, that's a mess.
Oh my god, that's just asking to die.
It was literally a last like pull towards trying to do something interesting in a decade, and it was just like a shin killer.
Right. Somebody asked what a good person would be to watch to learn how to ride flatland.
Well, Mateus, but Mateus is a little ahead of the game right now. To watch flatland, just watch like there's a handful of freestyle dudes that might catch you off guard. Like I know Chris Doyle can do flatland decades.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of street rider nowadays are doing like the like whiplash variations. But as for like watching ride flatland, like I don't know, Brett's pretty damn good at like getting yourself into flatland.
Brett Downs has been doing his little how-tos too, so that's a good person. Brett Downs on.
And starting in that genre that he's from is easier than looking at flatland now.
Right, flatland now, you look at it and you're like, oh my god, I would never be able to catch up.
I am considered the flatland dude in my area, and I don't know what 90% of them are doing right now. Like, if you told me to just ramble off like flatland tricks, I have no, unless they do a decade or something cross-footed, I have no idea.
Well, they have such crazy names in flatland that you could just say something and chances are it could be a flatland trick.
Yeah. Yeah, they have roperonis. They have like weird names for their.
Yep.
I mean, I totally respect it to the utmost highest level, but I can't unless somebody does a decade. I have no idea what they're doing, or a boomerang or something
Feel
like
it.
that.
Very basic stuff. Feel that.
The Rider in Black. Watch Rider in Black if you want to learn how to ride.
That's a good guy to watch ride.
For sure.
Jeff, I think I need to go to bed. It's midnight,
Right.
and we've been going for an hour and a half. And
Holy shit.
I know. So I'm going to jump off here. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out, dude. I'm
Dude,
glad
thank
you
you
could
so
be
much
here.
for this is awesome.
Heck yeah. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Later, man. All right, everybody. Oops. Actually, let me pull up the last couple of these, if there are any here. Oh, geez, we're going backwards. Tyler O'Neill's not in here anymore, but this is his old bike. Anyways, I want to say thank you to every single person who's in here now or watches this in the future or watches this because we hit 10K. It's because of you guys that could even happen. Obviously, I can't do it alone. And I'm just going to keep doing my best to keep making the best videos that I can make every single day, because that's the whole idea. I want to make a video every day if I can, and I'm going to try to keep doing that. We're at 10,004 right now, and hopefully we can just keep doing these we can just keep doing these live streams. Keep getting Ricky in here. He couldn't get in here tonight, but we'll get Ricky in here soon. We can just keep doing these live streams when we're about to hit these huge numbers, and maybe it'll be cool like that. Just BMX is sick, and that's why I want to make these videos for everybody. Share my experience of BMX with you guys and maybe motivate you to have your own BMX experiences. So with that, thank you to everyone again. Thank you to 20 Grip for the super chat and that email. I saw it. Thank you, seriously. Thank you to Keenan Connor for the super chats that he contributed. There you go. I appreciate it. I seriously appreciate the support. That does more than you know, because all of that money is going to help make this happen and do more stuff for everybody, because that's what I want to do. Anyway, though, dang, 26 likes on the stream, 20 people in here. Sick. Thank you guys. And good night. Oh, it won't let me end it.